Today's Wednesday, it's the 28th of May, it's 2025, and we're back down in Palmanova. And Lisa's just said to him as we got here, he said, we don't normally do this walk together because she's normally having her nails done or having her hair done, and so it'd be nice to be together again. It's actually because it's 6 o'clock in the evening, thereabouts.
Still very warm.
Lisa's already been out today to do knitting, and I stayed home because I've got some work I needed to do on the computer. The thermometer in front says it's 29 degrees. That's pretty warm. It does actually feel pretty warm. No cardigans on this evening.
Pardon?
No cardigans on this evening. You don't need a cardigan. She is, however, going to have her nails done. Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
So it's Thursday nails. Right now I'm hoping I'll take the opportunity to go to Magaluf because it's supposed to be market day in Magaluf, and a bit curious to know whether it actually happens or not. We did lots of walking and climbing yesterday because we went to Yup, which is where the sanctuary is, school, and we had a look around the monastery, the basilica, and I did the Stations of the Cross, the walk around. It's got a strange name, it's called the Rocky Mystery. It is quite an endeavour to get up there. Anita stayed at the bottom, had a rest. And then I did the Botanical Gardens, which Anita should have done because she would have loved that. So it's an excuse for another visit to take her to show her the Botanical Gardens. But that also is a bit of a trek, a bit of a climb, very uneven ground, but really pretty, really peaceful. Just the bird song, as Diane said, it was beautiful, and I did. I really enjoyed the bird song. So there's not a lot of talking in that one because it kept saying be silent. There's lots of silence signs up. And the swimming pool apparently is for the people who stay there. So I was looking afterwards. When you're walking around the Botanical Gardens, you do see the swimming pool at Yuck. I thought it might have been something to do with the school, but there are lots of rooms that you can rent there at a very reasonable price. You can have bed and breakfast, you can have bed, breakfast, evening meal, you can have full board in one of the restaurants there. And the swimming pool will be available to you if you are staying in one of the rooms there.
Car, really, or like to walk.
There was a bus though, we did see the bus going, so there is a bus service there. Here we are, down on the front. Still a lot of people on the beach, and it's turned 6 o'clock now in the evening. And we were in the area at the weekend. I saw lots of boats, and well, still lots of boats actually. Walk along.
I was saying that we do need a morning swim one of these mornings as well.
Well, the temperatures are set to rise. The temperature's likely to go up by this weekend. It is still very windy. And on the mainland, they're talking about really high temperatures, 40 degrees, which is really blisteringly hot for May, and could actually end up setting some records in some parts. feel quite happy now. We've got our solar panels and they all seem to be working, and they're producing lots and lots of electricity, so that if it does get very hot in the day, I won't be too worried about putting the air conditioning on and offsetting those high temperatures.
These tables are sort of branched out here, haven't they?
I have, yeah. Seem to have spread a little bit further along and a bit further out. I'm guessing somebody from Calvi will come along and say, just move them in a little bit, please. I think people might protest if they can't walk easily along the promenade. This should have a line marked, actually, I think, on the promenade, just to say where their area is.
So where what?
Where the area is that they can have the tables and chairs. Certainly do that in other places. And thank you for all those people who've been asking me about my weigh-in. That was yesterday, wasn't it?
It was. Did very, very well.
Did very well. I've lost another 2 kilos, more or less, in just over a month. And that's my aim, really, to lose 1 or 2 kilos every month. I've still got a way to go, and some people have said, oh no, you don't need to lose any more, but I definitely do. I still have a BMI above 30, and it was actually above 40 when I started this adventure.
You're doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
And the nurse was asking me how I felt, just do I feel as though I'm strong, or do I feel depressed, or anything? And no, I'm very happy about it. I feel as though I've got a little bit more strength, a bit more energy. And yes, those people who watch me walk up to the cross at Yuck, I think everybody who does that will be panting by the time they've got to the top. It's quite a climb to go up. So I'm not too bothered about that. And Eduardo was worried about me doing a little bit too much exercise. Take a rest, take a breather. I think I know when I need to do that, and I do. But at the moment I'm quite happy doing the limited exercise that I do. My exercise basically is this. It's going for a walk and enjoying the beautiful views. Lots of people still on the beach.
It's nice because it's in the shade here as well.
Yeah, we've got the timing right to come here. The sun now is it's going down, so this part's all in the shade. When I went to Yuck yesterday, I did actually record the children singing, and rather than put a video, I actually used their singing to play over the photographs. So that was the singing that we were listening to yesterday in the Basilica in Yuck.
Yeah, the photos look really nice with the music on.
And it was just a nice length. 30 minutes, was it, or less? 15
the
minutes?
singing was only 10 to 15
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah. And walking up to the cross, the views up there were just stunning. Really impressed by those. So I did stop to take some photographs. There are quite a few photographs tagged onto the end of those videos. I've got a new camera, by the way, so if you haven't already heard. And that's just encouraging me to take more photos. So I ended up buying 2 cameras. One little pocket travel camera and one a bit higher resolution, bigger frame sensor for shots inside and for shots in the evening. I think at some point I might do a video just to show you the cameras that I use. I had lots of questions.
You've got so many, it'll be about 10 hours.
Yeah, I think I've got about 4 that I use, 4 different cameras, 5 different cameras that I use regularly. And the one I'm filming with now is the one that I use most. This is just the GoPro. And it's just the master of stability. I love the colours. And the area where it lacks is it doesn't have a zoom, so I've bought a camera which has got a zoom. And sound quality isn't fantastic, so I bought a separate microphone. And it's not very good in low light, so it does have its limitations. So hopefully I've overcome those in one way or another.
Down there in the sea the other day, the girls were. Monday, weren't they?
Yeah. Girls had a holiday on Monday.
No, it was the other. Was it the other
It's
beach
not
round
this
there?
beach, no, it was the next one along. Volleyball players out. You get children now who will come down after school. Just get a couple of hours on the beach. Towards McDonald's, which is just over there, and the Tropico Hotel across the road. Somewhere that was during April 70+% full, the hotels that were open. So really busy start to the year. Roads continue to be an issue, and the government's actually going to be taking some steps to curb the number of cars on the road. One of those steps is that people who've got second homes here are not going to be able to bring more than one car to the island. And well, we know people that have got homes here, don't live here, and they've got multiple cars. Well, they're not going to be able to do that anymore, so one car, one household. We know people who've got homes here, they leave a car here and then drive here in a different car. They're also going to be checking up on cars which have foreign plates, and just checking how long they're actually on the island for, because if they're here for any length of time, they would eventually have to become registered here. Part of the problem is, if you come here on holiday, you don't pay road tax here, so what they're going to do is they're going to charge you when you come onto the ferry. And I suppose when you book it to go off the ferry, you'll be told that you've got to pay some equivalent of road tax. Which is fair enough. Using the roads, pay the tax. I think it might even include Spanish people. I've not been too clear about that. Also announced today that, continuing with transport, that is, that the train which goes up as far as Sa Pobla is going to carry on to Alcudia. Don't hold your breath, because it's going to take about 5 or 6 years for that to happen. But it's going to happen. And that's a general plan for the island, is to increase the amount of trains and trams. So it actually mentions a tram going up to Alcudia. Little market stalls popping up here.
About here is okay.
This is
Last time we came was when we got our documents.
from the Tourist Information Office here. This is where you get your certificates, where we get our certificates for travelling to the mainland, so that we get the 75% discount on the flights. It's a bit of a fiddle, really, because it's and if you try it with some airlines and they get the 75% discount, they claim that it's a 75% discount of the flight, not including taxes and other charges. So it sounds fantastic, but you'd expect if it was €100 it should be 25. Well, that's not the case. It's still a good deal, though. It still means we can travel more reasonably to the mainland. This is Paradise Beach. Oh, tonight we've got Betis playing Chelsea. And I've just read on the news, latest, that Ronaldo's quit, parted company from his Saudi Arabian team, so he's open to offers. 40 from Real Mallorca.
Crowd puller.
Definitely be a crowd puller. Yeah. Can't see that happening though. Not unless he wanted to come and retire here. New toilets there.
Porque ni la una ni la otra dirección
And this is the Zell. Zell Hotel, part of the Melia Rafa Nadal consortium. And Rafa's just been to Roland Garros.
Plaque put on the floor.
Yeah. You can see him being a very busy businessman. Chiringo. Nice and quiet at Barbuda.
Nice time to come.
Look at this. Did we come at the weekend? Was it a weekend day we came? Well, there you go. I think you've got the hen parties that come out for the weekend. Remember that for next time, dear?
Friday night, Angela's last night.
Angela's back in the UK now, and we'll be going to see her later on in the summer. The Happy Chinese. We have been asked to go there, but I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I think just in the last week it just feels as though summer has been switched on.
Yeah. It was a bit cooler in Yupna yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, the monastery area, it was noticeably cooler, but it's really pleasant. And I think when I was going up on that walk to the cross, I think I said I wouldn't like to try it at a hotter time of the year. So it's just the right time to do that. And if you haven't watched that video, there's a lot of goats in it. As I was walking up, I saw a lot of goats. We saw a lot of goats as we were driving up, but there were loads of goats on the path that I was walking on. So I got really quite close to them. See some of the photographs, how close I was. This is the Baleares Santa Lucia. I guess people are getting ready to go for dinner now. And Sean and Claire will be there not too long now, a couple of months.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I watch you on video all the time.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, I've literally been watching him for the last couple of days.
Really?
You've been away, you've been this,
I've been.
Somerset, you what was it?
I
Yeah.
have, yes.
Yeah, I've been watching you a lot.
Keeping up with the info.
I really enjoy your videos.
Oh, thank you.
good.
Thank you very much.
Am I going to be on YouTube?
Yes.
You are, yeah.
Nice.
Cheers.
When's this going to come out?
Tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
To be honest, you've been talking about you've lost a lot of weight and that. And you, to be honest, you look slim.
He's done really well, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
I've never seen you like last year, and he was looking a bit chunky.
I've lost over 30 kilos. Well, it's-
30 kilos?
Yeah.
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 Wow, fantastic.
Done really well.
Yeah.
If I was to look for like accommodation, cheap accommodation, obviously like non-hotel, just to stay for the rest of the because I want to watch the Lions and that.
Yeah.
And like, because I haven't got Sky, where would I?
That was Harry from South Wales. It's like, there's me just talking about Shauna and Claire. He's a neighbour of yours. I think he said did he say he was from Neath?
Yes.
Not too far away then.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing this right now.
Might see Joe on the beach still.
This is the San Matias beach that we're coming to now. So we come round the Santa Lucia Hotel. Not many people on this side now, the sun's gone. It's actually, that would be where I'd be, I think. And the San Matias beach has got on the back of it the San Matias Beach Hotel. Also read today that some parts of the island they're going to get rid of hostels. So a hostel is something that's not quite up to the standard of a hotel. So they're either going to have to up the game and provide some more services, or they will perhaps convert them into accommodation for people to live in.
Accommodation for who?
For people to live in, just homes. So convert them into apartments, which is something they're desperately needing on the island. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Lovely to see you.
Hello, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Hello, we follow
Do you
you
like
on
them?
YouTube. Do you?
Yeah.
Every time we come home for our tea, just after our tea, Sue will say to me, "Can we just see if there's any more Steve and Anita? Where they've been today?"
O'Neill's we went. We went to O'Neill's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fish and chips.
fishing's good there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was lovely. Absolutely
Yes, yes, yes.
loved. Couldn't fault it.
Oh,
Yeah.
A real
lovely.
treat to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you're from Stoke
Yeah, we are.
Where are you
Originally.
Well,
originally,
we're
yeah,
from the
yeah.
Wirral.
Oh, right.
But,
Stan's Uncle Stan was from Stoke.
Stoke. Well, yeah, you set up home in Stoke
Hanley.
about 30
Yes,
years
yes.
ago.
Hanley.
Just by Trenton Gardens there.
Yes.
Well, we used to live there. We used to live in Trentham.
Did you? Yeah.
Just before we came here, we had a house in Trentham, yeah.
Trenton, yeah. And so we used to take him out for lunch on a Sunday to a place called the Westbury. Do you know
Oh, yeah,
that?
yeah. Westbury,
Is
yeah.
it in Clayton?
Yeah, in Clayton.
Clayton,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know
Newcastle,
if it's
yeah.
still there.
Yeah.
West, I think it is. I don't know. I'll have a look next time I'm there. Places do change though, don't they, over the years? You
Oh,
go,
gosh,
we go
yeah.
back to parts of Stoke, and Hanley in particular, and it's changed such a
Changed
lot.
so much,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
Not for the better.
No, unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, so we're staying here.
How are you?
Santa Lucia.
Yeah.
It's
It's all right.
So
Oh, it's absolutely lovely, isn't
It's
it?
Just a perfect
Yeah.
spot, isn't it? Get onto the
Oh,
promenade,
absolutely
nice and
lovely.
flat,
Got a
easy
nice,
to walk.
nice
I'm
corner
going in the shade. I don't like being
room.
in the
Which can nice
See you later.
Lovely to meet you.
Yes,
I'm
and
going in
you.
the shade.
All right, oh, yeah, she's burning
It's too
away.
hot.
Nice to see you.
Bye.
Thank you. See you then. Bye bye. Oh, that's nice. And talk about Stoke-on-Trent. I always like to talk about Stoke-on-Trent. I do still have a soft spot for Stoke. I don't think I would want to go and live there again, but yeah, I've got lots of nice memories. This is the new Turtle Beach, and somewhere we need to try out. It looks really nice now, and it's all been worked on over the winter. It used to be the barbecue place, now it's Turtle Beach. And this year's our 40th year away from Stoke-on-Trent living.
No, para el sol. Para el sol. Está muy bonito aquí. Vamos a probar unos días.
Muy bien, los esperamos.
Gracias. Anita's practicing her Spanish. There is a breeze, and it's a very welcome breeze, really nice. So that's the San Matias Beach Hotel, and that Globales sign over there, Globales Nova Apartments, 100 metres from the sea, so very close. A couple of bits of news while I'm walking along. I should do a news video, but it gives me something to talk a lot about when I'm walking along here. One of them is that Belvedere Castle has been shut off for the public since Friday, I think. Even the road going up has been closed on sometimes, and the reason for that is because Louis Vuitton have been having an exhibition of their jewellery. I think the last night is tonight, the 28th, and they've actually done a big makeover of the castle inside with all the lighting that they needed for the show. They put wooden decking down, I suppose, to protect the surface, and they paid the local council 15 million euros, and there's been uproar in the paper about it because people wanted to go and walk their dogs, and they couldn't go and walk their dogs.
And they're not going to Belvedere Woods even?
The road was completely closed off, so you couldn't go up. So a lady said, I finished work, I always go and take my dog for a walk in the evening, and I couldn't go. Lots of disquiet about it. And even us, actually, one of the things that Freya wanted to do at the weekend was to go into the woods and make a bow and arrow. It's something I used to do with the kids years ago, but we couldn't go, so we've postponed that to another occasion, and I'll make a bow and arrow with them. But Louis Vuitton have paid the 15 million euros, and while it's been 4 or 5 days that they've had access to the castle and limited the access of the public, 15 million euros, I don't know. I think people are looking at it as though Palma has sold their soul. But another way of looking at it is they've reduced our taxes by 15 million euros, or they provided 15 million euros which could be used for the upkeep of Belvedere Castle, which I'm sure costs a lot more than 15 million euros to keep in good condition. There's been a lot of work going over there over the last few years, and I'm sure that costs a lot of money. Anyway, it'll all be over and done with after tonight. Tonight's the last night. And they'll be taking down all the lights and all of the paraphernalia that's gone with the show that's been on. I haven't actually seen what they've shown. There's pictures in the newspaper have not been very forthcoming. Maybe even the newspapers are not allowed in. I'm not even sure who was there, what guests were there, whether there were guests. I think there were guests. Anyway, the other thing that was in the news is a rapper. Now, I'm not very good on rappers, but there's one that's here.
Yeah, we looked him up and I can't remember his name.
He's already
married to somebody famous.
It's his girlfriend. He's been here for 6 weeks already, and I think and already caused a bit of a stir. His name is Kanye West,
Oh, yes.
and his girlfriend is Bianca something. Anyway, they've been on the island causing a bit of a stir over the last few weeks, partly because of her dress, which I'm sure many of you know she doesn't actually wear very much in the way of dress. So she actually went to one of the markets that we've been to recently. Is it Saint-Denis?
Yeah.
And she came out of a restaurant with virtually nothing on the top, and a pair of what looked like trousers from the front, but there was actually nothing at the back. And locals are in uproar. It's actually against the law to do that in Mallorca, so there's potential fines. But the other thing that was in the news for it, that he'd been to a restaurant in Palma and didn't pay his bill.
Really?
14,000 euros. 14 pounds. What do you have? I don't know what you have for 14,000 euros. I suppose a few bottles of wine could soon mount up to that. Anyway, he's now paid that, the 14,000 euros. He's one of the richest music people in the world, by the way, so 14,000 euros is not a lot to him. The other thing that he apparently still hasn't paid, though by the time you hear this maybe he has, is for his accommodation. And that bill is coming up to 400,000 euros. So he's got a bill of 400,000 euros to pay for that. And well, the locals might be upset about Belvedere Castle being out of bounds. They probably won't be so upset about Pueblo Español. Pueblo Español is a tourist attraction, and it's something I quite like. It's interesting because it's an architectural tourist attraction.
I think you've actually done a video then.
I don't think I have. It's maybe something we should do. It shows off different architecture of Spain. It's not old. It looks old, but it's not old. It's got castle type things in. It's got more things from the Moors, the Christians, and all through the different eras. And well, he's hired it for 6 weeks. No indication of why he's hired it for 6 weeks, but it means it's going to be closed to the public for 6 weeks. So I'll keep my eye on that one.
Are you going down there? I'm going to sit here.
You're going to sit there, are you? Right, I'm going to go to the end, and he's going to have a little sit down there.
Contact Joe to see where he is.
I don't know. They'll be going for dinner now. It's their dinner time, isn't it? I'll go down here. Yeah, there's been lots of things in the news that have caught my eye.
Jag vet inte, tycker jag Malmö liksom.
Not sure whether I mentioned it in another video, but we went out the other day and I parked the car and went down to the beach. I didn't actually make a video at all, and we were with some friends. Got back home, and then just before I went to bed I noticed that the dead cat was missing and the microphone. Well, got me a bit worried. I looked in the car to see if it had dropped off in the car, and no. Anyway, I ended up going back to Palmanova, which is where we were. And it was, lo and behold, it was sitting there on the floor exactly where I'd parked the car. It must have got knocked off. So I was doing something in the car. Very easy to spot. It would have been quite an expensive loss. Very bouncy this boardwalk is. Don't actually like it. Walk near the edge. It's a bit more solid now. This is the pool to the what used to be the Hawaii Hotel. It's now the Leonardo. Sort of a long, narrow pool. I don't think Anita wanted to go along here because there was a lot of sunshine and she doesn't like the sun too much.
So
It's always a nice view at the end of here, and you can see the boats, and there's a little bit of shade when we get there. Just putting in all the beds, piling them up. Bar's closing. Oh, and here the water features are on, so yeah. For all the children that are here, they can have fun outside with the fountains. There's the boats. Something about boats that I like. I don't think I'd like to own one, and they're just very expensive toys. There's a cruise ship going out over there. Anita's given me the go-ahead, so when we've got a bit more time, we'll have a look to see when we can fit a cruise in. Our lives are so hectic, but they're good. We enjoy them. We like being hectic. We like being busy. Well, make my way back to Anita now. See what she's doing. She'll be sending messages on her phone to somebody, probably to Serena, who's away on her holidays as well. So she's not come to Mallorca this time. She's off in Holland, actually. Chained all the beds up. It's a good idea. This is making up for the steps I didn't do this morning because I'm not going out. I didn't get any steps in. Really, this time of the year I should be doing 2 walks, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, but I have a little job I had to do on the computer, and just a little present for a friend. Back along the bouncy boardwalk. I think I'll try and walk in the centre this time, where the nails are. That should be a bit more solid. This first place here is where they go diving from, other water activities. Never been diving, never actually done that. I think maybe I missed it. I don't think I'm going to try it now. It's something that maybe I should have done at some point, especially as I'm an oceanographer. That's what I studied. From the days of Jacques Cousteau. Never did anything with it though.
I'm not walking the floor. Yeah, you will.
It's still sitting there in a nice shady spot. All good.
Okay.
So, what's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel. And are you on holiday here?
Yep,
Yeah. And is it good fun?
it's fun, yeah.
Have you been for a swim yet?
Lots of times.
Have you?
Is it cold in the sea?
Sometimes, yeah.
We haven't been yet this year. It's too cold for us.
But we will.
And you watch our videos in England, yeah?
A lot, yeah.
And you're from London, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, busy there, isn't it? Yeah, a bit like Mallorca. And Dad's over here, look.
Yeah.
Well, there. Anyway, it's been really nice to see you. I'm glad you stopped to say hello.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you
right.
for stopping to speak to us.
Cheers.
You need the acknowledgement. You do wonderful things. Huh?
Well, that's David and Daniel. And Daniel really wanted to say hello, so that's nice that he's had the opportunity to do that. And I hope they enjoy the rest of their holiday. It's half term, of course, in England, so children have got this week off, and that's why Serena's away on holiday, actually.
Horses and smells nice.
This is the Calvia Beach. We do like it there. It's very nice. Calvia Beach House. A little bit more upmarket, a bit special. Very nice. David was very interested in our story about coming here. And I think it's the dream of a lot of people to come and live in Mallorca. And it's, well, I suppose with Brexit, as he said, it's all changed with Brexit. It makes it so much more difficult to retire here. And one thing he said, and he was a bit concerned about, was the way the locals treat the Brits. And I've never had any of the locals treating me anything but really politely and really welcoming. And so I guess if you're a tourist lout, then they're not going to particularly like it. But if you're civil, and they're very nice, very, very happy people. And they do appreciate the fact that the tourists are here, and businesses wouldn't exist without them. I think there's a bit too much negative attitude. There are problems, it's not perfect, but somebody said I seem to be negative, and I think I'm quite the opposite. And certainly my intention is to be quite the opposite. I think Mallorca is a fantastic place. It does get too full and it does have its problems, but it's just really a great place to live, and I can't think of anywhere that I would prefer to live. No, not Stoke-on-Trent. I do like to go back. I like to visit Stoke-on-Trent. I like to look at all the old places, and I've done videos in Stoke-on-Trent. And I want to continue to do some videos in Stoke-on-Trent just to help me, to reminisce, to remind me and inform people, particularly my children, about our lives as they were in Stoke-on-Trent.
Well, that's why we're going to Anglesey and Guernsey, isn't it?
So we've got 2 trips as well this year planned. One of them will include a visit to Stoke-on-Trent and the area around there. We've got a trip planned to part of Wales where we used to live, and another one to the Channel Islands. Again, got a soft spot in our hearts. I'm not sure whether it's still the same as it was 40 something years ago when we were last there. Anyway, we'll find out.
Mallorca 40 years ago, then definitely.
Well, Mallorca's changed a lot in 40 years. This promenade was not like this. I can't actually remember what this promenade was like. The beaches were not like this. Places like this didn't exist. These have all changed over the years. The Santa Lucia's always been there. San Matias has always been there as far as our memories are. In fact, the Santa Lucia was something we used to go to pretty much at Christmas time. We used to spend all through the Christmas holidays. We'd call in there, and New Year's Eve we'd go to the New Year's Eve party at the Santa Lucia.
Joe will have memories of being there.
And part of making the videos is reawakening memories for us, and helping other people, particularly friends and family who are struggling to remember things, and just give them that little bit of an insight of places that they've been to in the past. Somebody did actually write to me when we started doing the videos, asking me for permission to use the videos in an old people's home, and they wanted to show some of the people in the old people's home places like Palmanova and Magaluf and places like that, just to rekindle memories and to help them. And of course I'm only too happy.
Go for a stroll. Yeah, no. From the Bay Entertainers.
Yep.
And from the Bulletin. Kathy used to work at the Bulletin.
Ah, yes, of course. Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, the Daily Bulletin's a great source of news, but sometimes it's a lot of clickbait, and the Daily Bulletin is partly to blame for some of the negative news that comes from Mallorca, gets picked up by the Daily Mail, the Daily Express, and then spreads over to Birmingham Live and all of these newspapers who regurgitate stories which are half-truths or exaggerations or just very pointed.
The ice cream thing's gone, hasn't it?
The ice cream has gone, and it doesn't look as though that's going to go back there. I don't think it would be part of the scene, so it would spoil their frontage, wouldn't it?
There's lights and that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Bluebird of Paradise plants. And it got a menu out, I think.
Turtle Beach. Right next to the Santa Lucia. And there's the Three Brothers looking very busy in there. Rocco getting busy. It's a bit early for dinner yet, it's only 7:10. But, people already in there. Just crossed over because it's a shady side. It's the back of the Happy Chinese. Entertainment things for the children here, as well as the park.
We met these really nice people on their bikes here, didn't we? Remember?
We did, yes.
I can't remember their names.
They come from quite a way. They come from Santa Ponsa up there. Yeah. There's Monroe's. Not our Monroe, this is another Monroe. And And Taylor's on the other side. Monroe does the karaoke. And Taylor specialises in cocktails. All other things for both of them. Live music every night, it says.
First time I've ever seen him here.
Anita has one of those on our terrace that she bought in Mijas when we were last in Malaga. Not even last time, the time before, I think.
What?
You bought it in Mijas, that.
Yes, yes. Market I've seen.
It's a tandoori night. Hello, how are you?
After a long time, every day I look here.
We're still here, still walking
Like
around.
some drinks. I give you very nice rosy wine for you. Have a seat, please. Some relax.
We don't want to eat.
No eat. Just wine from my side.
Shall we?
Right, yes, no.
Very nice.
Eat, no, you
Well, we have no intention of stopping, but we have done. And I'm having a rosé wine as well. So, cheers. We were going to have a drink somewhere, so why not here? And why not a rosé wine?